Hello everyone, how are you tonight? How's everything? How was your class on models? Was it good?
Yes, teacher, good.
Awesome. Your teacher asked me to start the class a little bit later because you guys finished later than usual. So that's why we are here this time. Okay, my dear friends, let me show you our agenda. What's the plan for today? Okay, just a second. This is okay. Before the agenda, let me just check out the attendance. I see you all, but okay, here we are. You guys ready for the project tomorrow?
Yes,
Be honest,
Not yet.
no.
No, why not? Why not? What's missing?
In my case,
Because I
haven't
have
finished the
no.
project,
Yes,
the presentation or video.
Yeah.
yes. Because this week I was so busy because first, like I had a sustentación and the like final project in my career. And I was thinking about I thought that the day to send it like to show the video eh, era la semana que viene, pensé. Entonces, yes,
But you know that
so that's why I'm not ready.
next week we have our final test. Yeah. My goodness.
In my case, yesterday I recorded the video and this duration was about 6 minutes. So I have
But
to.
6 minutes? No. Oh, you have
Yes,
to. Oh, no. My goodness.
so I have records again the video. Mm.
My dear friends, but you guys talked about this information last week. Yeah, so, oh no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's like, oh my God, yeah, I already did it. And it's like, oh, yeah. Well, everything is gonna be okay, guys. Do not worry. You will do great tomorrow. Okay, so agenda for today and attendance. Today is our class 8. Today is June 1st. And this is the agenda. Our warm-up today is for some words related to discoveries and mysteries. Then we will work on listening, and you guys are going to discover a mystery about a woman who disappeared. That's this one. You guys will work together and record some answers for me, and we will continue with past models. That's the end. That is, the second part of the models that you started with your teacher. That's basically what we have to do. So let me just check the attendance very quickly and we are done. Arismendi. Gerson Arismendi.
Hi, teacher.
Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude, hello.
Present, teacher.
Jessie.
Present, teacher.
Natalia.
Present, teacher.
Andres Camilo.
Present, teacher.
Silvia Natalia.
Present, teacher.
Joan Duque.
Present, teacher.
Elkin. Elkin. Julian,
Present, teacher.
Jeanette,
Present, teacher.
Carlos Andrés,
Present, teacher.
Mabeli,
Present, teacher.
José Gómez. José. Lisette.
Present, teacher.
Okay, perfect. Let's start with our warm up. So 1, 2, 3. Jose. Okay. Okay, Jose. Thank you. And Elkin? No. Okay. You guys have the link in the chat. Please work on it and tell me when you're done. So you guys have to look at the picture and read the questions and select the best option. These are mysteries but related to history. So we have questions like this. When a person dies, he or she can be buried in an artifact, in a tomb, in a ruler. Okay? You guys work on it. Very simple and easy. And tell me when you are done. Okay, thank you guys for telling me that you are done. How was it? How was it? Easy, right? Yes?
Yes. Easy peasy.
Very easy. Piece of cake. Cool. So let's start checking the information we need for the mystery tonight. You guys were talking about human body mysteries, right? So now let's talk about this mystery. Guys, please go to page 18 and let's check out these pictures. The pictures are about a woman who disappeared. Yeah? So what I would like you to do is to match the words or phrases, these ones, yeah, with the pictures. That's what you have to do. Which words or phrases? The hotel register, the hotel doctor, a carriage, a mental asylum, red velvet curtains, a prescription for medicine, to vanish completely, and the plague. Okay? Look at the pictures, look at the words, and match them, please. This is the introduction for our mystery. Let's go. Are you guys ready? Did you analyze the pictures?
Wait a minute.
Okay, thank you for telling me. Okay, now that you guys are done, tell me about the pictures that correspond to these expressions of words. The hotel register, which one?
The firma.
Yes, Carlos, picture 1. You are in room 342, madam. Okay. Now, tell me about red velvet curtains. Red velvet curtains. Which one?
Picture number 2, teacher. No, number 3.
Oh, this one.
Yes. That
Yeah.
one, yes.
Under the first picture.
Very good. Mhm. What about to vanish completely? Do you understand the word vanish?
Yes. They
Be
disappear.
number 4. And disappear.
Number 4, yes. Yes, 4.
This one?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. What's the plague?
Maybe the first
First one?
picture,
So
yes.
she's like this, like showing something wrong with her, maybe?
Yes.
Teacher, yes.
I think we are kind of having the plague in Santander. Don't you agree? A lot of people around me have been sick lately. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, when I go to university and my students or their relatives or other teachers, people in the neighborhood, it's like, oh my God. Okay. And let's check prescription for medicine.
The
The second picture, maybe.
This one?
Yes.
Because
yes,
I
the
have
5.
this. Or this one. I mustn't leave your mother. It's very urgent. Hurry. Do you think that what he's
That
holding?
one,
Yes.
yes, that one.
That one, teacher.
Prescription for medicine? And maybe this is another thing. Yeah? Okay. Well, now let's listen to your predictions. We're going to listen to the story. You guys will discover the mystery with this woman who vanished. Yeah? But before that, I want to listen to your predictions. What is it about? What happened? When did it happen? How? Tell me. First, a couple of predictions, then the beginning of the story. Look. And later, the whole story. So, from the pictures, do not read, don't cheat. From the pictures, what are your predictions? Teacher, that's a story about a woman who was, I don't know, in a terrible thunderstorm. Then no, of course, now I don't see anything related to it. Well, what are your predictions? Come on, don't be shy. Mhm. So, who
Teacher,
killed the woman?
maybe it's a history, the woman of problem, mental problems, or maybe.
Okay. Yeah, Natalia, why not? It's a story. Remember, story and history are two different words. Yes?
Oh, yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Gerson,
No,
do you
that's
agree
good.
with Natalia?
Yes, maybe I think it's a history
A
when
story.
woman history, sorry. History the woman attend a medical day. No, they know yes, city, and the doctor prescribe a mistake in medicine. This carries a health mental disease.
This is okay, cool. Yeah. Well, interesting prediction. Once again, remember, I mean, not just for Gerson and Natalia, but for the whole class. Remember the difference between story and history, yeah? A story is a narration. And history, it can be lots of things. History, in simple words, is all the remarkable events that have happened, in places. That's the history of, I don't know, a country, the world, a lot of things. But a story is the one that we are going to listen now. First, the beginning of the story. Well, the Great Exhibition, Paris 1889, just 1 year after I was born. The city was packed with visitors. Packed with visitors is like crowded, full of them. What's the other word that we learned last night? Full of? A similar one? You remember the fish? Littered with. Do you remember that word?
What is?
Littered.
No.
Do you remember that the city was littered with fish? Yeah. My goodness. Let me see. Oh, now I'm in trouble because the book is... Okay, let's just take it easy, Things can happen. Maybe one of you reads the beginning of the story because your teacher was playing with the book and now have to restart it. So please, read the beginning of the story while my book is back. Please help me. Thank you so much. Can do it. Any of you who please read the beginning of the story while my book is back. Thank you.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you,
The
Carlos.
Great Exhibition, Paris, 1889. The city was packed with visitors. Two wealthy English ladies, Eleanor Redwood and her mother Clara, arrived in the city looking for a hotel. They were on their way back to London from India.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Okay. So, you guys are going to listen to the story of this woman who disappeared, and you will need to take notes and also answer some questions related to the story. When you have your answers ready, we will discuss them, and share the information with the whole class. How are you going to do that? I would like you to please go to our folder in our classwork folder, yes. Go to, wait. Okay, there's a problem here, but let me just fix it very quickly. You guys, go to our folder in the classwork folder for your group, yeah? And go to Unit 8. That is our presentation. There are 7 slides for couples. So first, I play the recording. We will listen to it together. Yes, 1 or maybe, well, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 times. Yes, no problem, the necessary times. And then you go to your room with one person and answer the questions in the slide. After that, we are all back together and we check the information, okay? So don't worry, the story is kind of simple. So let me just go to our, okay, here we are with the littered thing. I wanted to show you littered, and here we are with it. Look, last night when we were analyzing this, the picture shows that the city was littered with. And here we have this expression that means full of. And what's the other one? The new one related to the same meaning? The new one for tonight? Guys, what's the new expression that means the same? It is cut off.
What, teacher?
This one. Sorry, my
Sorry.
brain kind of crazy. This one.
I can see. Wait.
Oh,
Can you like zoom in?
aren't you guys looking at my screen? Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Sylvia,
Okay.
maybe you have any problems with the connection, maybe?
Yes. Yes, my net is slow
Maybe that.
always.
This one, guys, packed with is a synonym of littered with. That is like lots of them. Okay, well, so we have this. Thank you, Carlos, for reading. And these are the questions that you guys are going to answer related to the story. Yeah? So we are going to listen, and then you guys are going to work with that person to answer the questions. Okay, let's go. Let's listen to the story.
Unit 8, Recording 2.
A few days before the Great Exhibition in Paris was due to start, two English ladies, Clara Redwood and her 20-year-old daughter Eleanor, arrived in the city on their way back to London from India, where they were escaping the latest outbreak of the plague. Neither woman could speak much French, and it was very difficult to find a hotel room. But after searching for some time, they eventually managed to book the last two rooms available at one of the most famous hotels in Paris. After arriving at the hotel, both women signed the register and were shown up to their rooms. The mother was given room 342, a particularly luxurious room, decorated with beautiful red velvet curtains. Almost immediately, however, the mother fell ill and they had to call the hotel doctor. He examined Mrs. Redwood carefully, then called the hotel manager and spoke urgently to him in French. Eleanor didn't understand what they were saying, but after a few minutes, the doctor explained in English that he couldn't leave Mrs. Redwood because she was too ill.
Oh.
So he gave Eleanor a prescription and asked her to go and fetch the medicine her mother needed, which was available only at his surgery on the other side of Paris. The doctor lent Eleanor his own carriage to travel in, but the journey was frustratingly slow, and it was 4 hours before Eleanor finally returned with the medicine. She rushed into the hotel foyer and asked the manager anxiously how her mother was. The manager stared at her blankly. "What are you talking about, madame?" he asked. "I know nothing of your mother. You arrived here alone." The hotel doctor also denied ever meeting her mother, and when Eleanor insisted on seeing the hotel register, only the young woman's signature was there. Eleanor managed to persuade them to take her back to room 342, but her mother had vanished and the room was empty. Even more mysteriously, the decorations appeared to have been completely replaced, and the beautiful red velvet curtains had disappeared. The distraught girl rushed to the British Embassy to tell her story, but officials refused to believe her. Eleanor became ever more frantic with worry, and when she returned to Britain, she was declared insane and put in a mental hospital. However, the girl continued to insist that her story was true, and doctors never found any other evidence that she was mentally ill. Eventually, she was released, but her mother's body was never found.
Oh my God. So, okay. Now you have to read the questions to see what is the information you guys need to collect. Yeah, now for specific purposes. Okay, this. Okay. So, who can help me read the questions, please? Come on. And then we will listen again, and you guys answer the questions. Yeah, which is it? Yeah, Carlos is long, long recording. I know. So, okay, that's why now we need to analyze the questions so you guys know exactly what is the information you are looking for. Yeah, because it can be like, oof, 2 minutes. Later I get distracted. Yeah, so we have to have strategies for the listening. Okay, so Why had Eleanor and Clara Redwood left India? What happened when they arrived at the hotel? What happened when Eleanor called the doctor? Where, why, and how was Eleanor sent to get the medicine? How long did the journey take? Remember, it took, yeah, the expression we learned last night with takes. Why was she surprised when she got back? What did she find in room 342? What happened when she went to the British Embassy with her story? What about when she returned to Britain? And did she ever trace her mother? Okay, listen again. And later, you guys will answer the questions with another person. Come on.
Unit 8, Recording 2.
Okay, before we listen, I see.
Sorry, teacher. What is the meaning of trace?
I know Sylvia has a question, so. Sylvia, excuse me. I interrupted you. Okay, again?
What is the meaning of the trace?
It's like a mark or maybe footprint, you know, like something that to find, you know, someone. Like for example, when you trace something, yeah, you give a mark. So that's how you can, for example, describe and then, you know, find her or find him. Yes?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like, for example, some people can just, you know, draw pictures from what you trace, yeah? Because there are some marks that are very, very, how can I say, like, distinguishable. Okay, let's listen and get ready for answering. Don't worry that we can listen once, and then when you are working with your classmates, we can listen another one, and then that's it.
A few days before the Great Exhibition in Paris was due to start, two English ladies, Clara Redwood and her 20-year-old daughter Eleanor, arrived in the city on their way back to London from India, where they were escaping the latest outbreak of the plague. Neither woman could speak much French, and it was very difficult to find a hotel room. But after searching for some time, they eventually managed to book the last two rooms available at one of the most famous hotels in Paris. After arriving at the hotel, both women signed the register and were shown up to their rooms. The mother was given room 342, a particularly luxurious room, decorated with beautiful red velvet curtains. Almost immediately, however, the mother fell ill and they had to call the hotel doctor. He examined Mrs. Redwood carefully, then called the hotel manager and spoke urgently to him in French. Eleanor didn't understand what they were saying, but after a few minutes, the doctor explained in English that he couldn't leave Mrs. Redwood because she was too ill. So he gave Eleanor a prescription and asked her to go and fetch the medicine her mother needed, which was available only at his surgery on the other side of Paris. The doctor lent Eleanor his own carriage to travel in, but the journey was frustratingly slow, and it was 4 hours before Eleanor finally returned with the medicine. She rushed into the hotel foyer and asked the manager anxiously how her mother was. The manager stared at her blankly. "What are you talking about, madame?" he asked. "I know nothing of your mother. You arrived here alone." The hotel doctor also denied ever meeting her mother, and when Eleanor insisted on seeing the hotel register, only the young woman's signature was there. Eleanor managed to persuade them to take her back to room 342, but her mother had vanished and the room was empty. Even more mysteriously, the decorations appeared to have been completely replaced, and the beautiful red velvet curtains had disappeared.
Oh.
The distraught girl rushed to the British Embassy to tell her story, but officials refused to believe her. Eleanor became ever more frantic with worry, and when she returned to Britain, she was declared insane and put in a mental hospital. However, the girl continued to insist that her story was true, and doctors never found any other evidence that she was mentally ill. Eventually, she was released, but her mother's body was never found.
Oh my God. So according to Sylvia's question, here, apart from trace something in order not to lose it, it could be in this context of this question, actually find it. Yeah, so did she ever trace her mother? It's just asking you if she finally, found her mother, to finally find her mother. Yeah, so if she could do it. But at the end of the recording, I heard something different, right? So, do you want to listen one more time or are you ready for just answering? Tell me. Just tell me while I'm organizing this. You can tell me. Make a decision. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's missing? 1, 2. Okay, 7. Good. So, do you want to listen one more time? Okay, let me just.
Please, teacher.
Yeah, let me send you the link of the activity. Maybe you guys are there and maybe you already know what to do, but don't worry, I will send you the link and you guys know what you have to do. Let me see, here we are. This is the last activity for registering something you guys have for this cycle. There you are. So you are ready for answering those 10 questions. And let's listen again and we are done.
Unit 8, Recording 2.
A few days before the Great Exhibition in Paris was due to start, 2 English ladies, Clara Redwood and her 20-year-old daughter Eleanor, arrived in the city on their way back to London from India, where they were escaping the latest outbreak of the plague. Neither woman could speak much French, and it was very difficult to find a hotel room. But after searching for some time, they eventually managed to book the last 2 rooms available at one of the most famous hotels in Paris. After arriving at the hotel, both women signed the register and were shown up to their rooms. The mother was given room 342, a particularly luxurious room, decorated with beautiful red velvet curtains. Almost immediately, however, the mother fell ill and they had to call the hotel doctor. He examined Mrs. Redwood carefully, then called the hotel manager and spoke urgently to him in French. Eleanor didn't understand what they were saying, but after a few minutes, the doctor explained in English that he couldn't leave Mrs. Redwood because she was too ill. So he gave Eleanor a prescription and asked her to go and fetch the medicine her mother needed, which was available only at his surgery on the other side of Paris. The doctor lent Eleanor his own carriage to travel in, but the journey was frustratingly slow, and it was 4 hours before Eleanor finally returned with the medicine. She rushed into the hotel foyer and asked the manager anxiously how her mother was. The manager stared at her blankly. "What are you talking about, madame?" he asked. "I know nothing of your mother. You arrived here alone." The hotel doctor also denied ever meeting her mother, and when Eleanor insisted on seeing the hotel register, only the young woman's signature was there. Eleanor managed to persuade them to take her back to room 342, but her mother had vanished and the room was empty. Even more mysteriously, the decorations appeared to have been completely replaced, and the beautiful red velvet curtains had disappeared. The distraught girl rushed to the British Embassy to tell her story, but officials refused to believe her. Eleanor became ever more frantic with worry, and when she returned to Britain, she was declared insane and put in a mental hospital. However, the girl continued to insist that her story was true, and doctors never found any other evidence that she was mentally ill. Eventually, she was released, but her mother's body was never found.
Okay, my dear friends. Awesome. You guys are are getting ready for listening for exams. Like, oh, teacher is long. Well, it's okay. So I know it's long, but let's take it easy, you guys. Just, like try to answer in a concise way, and you are going to work with another person. It won't take us long time. So you understand what you have to do? Did you already spot our folder? Yeah? The only thing you need to know now is the number of your room. So the number of your room is the number of the slide. That's it. Okay? Let's go.
Okay, teacher.
Let's go. Who is not in the meeting? Okay, one more. Okay, you're missing one. Let me check. I was checking your answers and a couple of you did not finish. And some of you finished very quickly. Let me show you the answers I got in a very simple way. It does not have to be exactly exactly the same. Don't worry. I just have some ideas here. I was checking yours and yours were very good as well. Number one, so please, you help me reading the question and I answer the question. Can someone please read the question over there in your book? So I don't stop sharing, please, come on.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you,
The
Karen.
first one is, why had Eleanor and Clara Redwood left India?
To escape the latest outbreak of the plague. That was the reason. Of course, you guys wrote the same message with different words, which is good. Okay, another person who please help us with the second question. Come on. Lisette, can you please?
Okay, teacher. What happened when they arrived at the hotel?
Clara Redwood fell ill and the hotel doctor was called. Okay, thank you. Marilyn, can you please read 3?
Number 3, teacher.
Yes, please.
They didn't understand French. For that, the doctor had to speak in English.
You are giving us the answer. Oh, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, teacher.
No, it's okay. Can you ask the question, please?
Okay. He examined Mr. Redwood carefully, then called the hotel manager and spoke to him in French.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Marilyn. Let's listen to Jean-Claude. Can you please ask the question so I can answer?
Yes, teacher. Which question?
4?
4?
Yeah, but read the question, not the answer.
Okay. Where, why, and how was Eleanor sent to get the medicine? Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure. It's okay, sure.
Okay. Okay, teacher. Eleanor's mom could not go out, so she had to go to get the medicine with the prescription that the doctor gave her.
Very good. Yeah, it's a good explanation. Cool. Okay. Let's listen to Elkin. Can you please read the question? 5.
Okay, how long did the journey take?
It took 4 hours.
It took 4 hours, yes.
Good.
I write her journey took 4 hours. It's correct?
Of course. Yeah, it is. Jeanette.
6. Why was she surprised when she got back?
Because the hotel manager and the doctor both denied ever having met Eleanor's mother. Maybe people think that she was insane. Well, of course, you guys wrote different things with the same message, so no problem. Okay, now question 7. Andres.
Okay, teacher, what did she find in room 342 or 342?
Nothing. The room was empty. The decorations had been replaced and the beautiful red velvet curtains had disappeared. My goodness. Okay. Now let's listen to Julian. 8.
The question, yeah, right?
The question, please.
Okay. What happened when she went to the British Embassy with her study?
Officials refused to believe her. Oh. Gerson, 9.
Okay, teacher. She was right inside and put in a mental hospital. And somebody she was diagnosed with mental troubles.
Yeah, that's sad. And the last one, like, did they, that was she able to find her mother? No, she was never able to trace her mother. Okay, good. Thank you so much for doing it. Now let's talk a little bit about modal verbs. You guys were studying modal verbs in the first part of the class, yeah? But now we're going to focus our attention, on past modals. I have this for us. Oh, this is just like an example. Look, I think we should break up. This guy is sending a text message. But what's the problem? He's drunk. He wouldn't have sent that message if he hadn't been drunk. So wouldn't have and other ones are part of our past models to study today. He was drunk, he sent the message. And maybe later he will regret. Yeah? We use would have in the third conditional to talk about past and real situations. And we are going to analyze would have, could have, may have, might have, should have, and must have. Okay? So first we're going to, what is it? My video. Oh, here. Okay, we're going to watch the video and then I will go back to explain this and we will practice and that's it. So, let's check out the video about these past models and let's see how we can use them.
About past modal verbs. When you learn about modal verbs, you learn that the past tense of can is could. The past tense of have to is had to. And the past tense of will is would. For example, this is me now. I can drive a car. This is me at 16 years old. I could drive on my 16th birthday. Here we see the past tense of can is could. To talk about a past obligation, use had to. For example, when I was a child, I had to finish my dinner if I wanted to eat dessert.
Yes.
Another way to create a past modal is to use the structure modal verb plus have plus past participle. For example, the past tense of should call is should have called. The past tense of might take is might have taken. The past tense of must be is must have been. And the past tense of would take is would have taken.
Let's stop because the information is very important. So, you guys learned or review should, yeah, in the normal way, in present. If you want to talk about something you regret, you can use should have. So look, should have called is very related to third conditional. Do not worry, it's just like have called, yeah? Okay, no matter the subject, if I say I should have called, I will also say Thomas should have called. Okay? You wouldn't say Thomas should has called and then you said yes, miss, because it's Thomas. Say no, because here we have a modal and remember that with the modals the verbs are not modified. Yeah? So I should have called my mom. I regret now. So that's how we use it in past. Thomas might take Sam to the airport. Where is Thomas? He might have taken Sam to the airport. Yeah, it's the same. So might in the way that I'm predicting something. Yeah, I think that thing is true. Yeah. She must be sick. She must have been sick yesterday. She was so quiet in class. Yes. So if you analyze the other chart with the models in the previous class, you understand this because we said that must in the way of expressing my thinkings, yeah, my thoughts, is giving me the idea that you feel and think that that's true. So I say like, oof, it must be raining because I hear a lot of things, yeah? So I'm expressing that is true for me. That's what I think. And that's the same in the past, yeah? For example, yesterday, for example, Sylvia. Sylvia always participates and talks a lot. Let's pretend that yesterday I just identified something different. So it's just an example. And I said, she must have been sick yesterday. She was so quiet in class. Yes? Or I can use it in the present, like, well, my students must be worried about the project. They are not giving, I don't know, full energy to the task. Well, this is just an example. I don't think that. I just wanted to understand. Is it okay? Is the explanation clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Let's continue.
Would have taken. Let's look at these two sentences. When I was a child, I could play soccer. When I was a child, I could have played soccer. What's the difference? Well, could means I had the ability to play soccer. Could have played means I had the option to play soccer, but I didn't.
That's different.
I could have played softball too. Here's an example with the past tense of should. Oh no, I don't have any clean clothes. I should have done a laundry yesterday. Here we use should plus have plus the past participle to show a regret.
So remember that should, well guys, I'm trying to explain this in a parallel with the previous model chart. Yes? Because in the previous model chart that you guys have on the previous page, it says that should indicates an idea about what is right, yeah, about the right thing to do. Yes? So here in the past, I should have done a laundry yesterday. Yeah, that was the right thing, yeah, for me to do. But I didn't do it. Now I regret because I don't have any clothes. Okay? Nice.
Use might or may have for past predictions and must have for strong past predictions. Notice all the students have A's. We can say the students must have studied. We can also say Thomas might have cheated. Or the teacher must have taught very well. We use would have in the third conditional to talk about past, unreal situations. For example, he wouldn't have sent that message if he hadn't been drunk. Notice we use would plus have plus past participle. Unfortunately, he was drunk and he sent the message.
Okay. Wait.
An adjective is used.
Sorry. Okay, let's practice to see if you guys understood. Let's go to our book. You guys please go to page 81 and try to find a model for each of these uses and functions. Okay. Much, oh no, but in order to do this, first we need to finish this one that is related to the story, yeah? So you guys need to select one of these two options, okay? So let's do this and later we can use these sentences, yeah, for this. So let's work on it. Before we work on it, let me just give you a double explanation just to confirm that everything is clear with models in past. We use the model, the word have, yeah, no matter the subject, you are not going to use has. And the past participle. Would have indicates past or real action. If I had guessed the future, I would have taken some precautions against that would happen. Could have, past or real ability. He could have taken the flight. And what is the other one here for could have? Past and real ability, but another one that the girl explained in the video. He could have taken the flight. It's not a real ability. It's what? A possibility. It's an option. Yeah, something that the person could do, you know, but maybe it was not possible. Yes, like for example, you said, teacher, when I was at university, I could have taken more English lessons, but that was not my decision and I regret. Or maybe I could have taken, I don't know, French or Italian. Yes, do you understand? So it does not mean that I had or didn't have the ability. It means that I had that option. I had that possibility. Is it okay? Maybe later you will regret and you will say, I could have asked more questions to the teacher about models.
It's about the could have or about the may have, because I wasn't in the bathroom.
Okay. Because it's very similar, right? Yeah, with the past and a real possibility. We may have passed the math test, but it was in Spanish. But this one is not on me, you know? It's not the possibility that maybe I deny or regret. Yeah, it's more like something that would happen. So this one is an unreal. Very unreal. It's like a hypothetical thing. Yes. Thank you, Sylvia, for the clarification. Might have. These three as the ones in the present are similar. Past and real, small probability. You might have sold the car if you really needed the money. Should have, past and real recommendation or the right thing to do. You should have listened to the teacher. That's what I think that is the right thing to do. That's my recommendation. Must have, past and real assumption. We must have been crazy. Assumption is when you assume or take something, yes, for granted, like when you think something is true. Yeah, we must have been crazy. Okay, let's practice to see which questions you will find. So, first, you guys are going to select the right model for each sentence related to the story. Okay, later we check and then we can match this with studying the uses and functions of each one, because when we study them, we may find some similarities and differences. Okay, so do not worry. Okay, let's do it, please. Go to page 81 and work on exercise 1 before the grammar box. This one. Go ahead.
Space, teacher?
Sorry, Gerson?
Yes, teacher, the page.
Oh, sorry, Carlos. 81, exercise 1.
Okay.
Okay, my dear friends, let's check. You guys done? Let's see what you guys do. Let's go to the exercise and check. Okay, let's listen to Joan. Joan, please. Number 1.
The ladies managed to speak very light French.
Yes, the ladies could. Manage to speak very little French? No, I don't think so. They could.
Okay.
Manage to speak what is more, is like when you are able, you know, so it's like, well, I just, you know, like found a way to do it. Now, the ladies could speak very little French. They didn't manage to have a conversation in French. Yeah, so it could result in some problems. Okay, thank you, Joan. Next. Joan, and now let's listen to, let's see. Jose, please. Eventually.
Okay, teacher, eventually they could book 2 of the last rooms available in Paris.
Eventually, they managed to book
Okay.
2 of the last rooms available in Paris. Don't worry that in some minutes I will explain with the chart below. Okay, next, please. You can read next one. Julian. Julian?
Yep.
Please.
It's difficult for me. Let me think. Okay.
Almost immediately. Almost immediately.
No, I think I don't know.
Okay, don't worry, Julian. Mameli, thank you for raising your hand.
Almost immediately, the mother fell ill and they had to call the hotel doctor.
Yeah, in that case, it's past simple because it is like a sequence of events. Almost immediately, the mother fell ill and they had to call the hotel doctor. It's not like they must have called, is when you are assuming something, you know, it's a presumption. And you say, no, they had to call. Yeah. And I think that's what they did. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mameli. Next one. Any volunteer? Volunteers, my friends?
Me, teacher.
Thank you, Jesse.
Okay. Number 4, the doctor said that he couldn't leave Mr. Redwood because she was too ill.
Very good. Awesome. Yes, the doctor said that he couldn't leave Mr. Redwood because she was too ill, and that's what happened. Yeah, he told her daughter. Sorry. Next one, please. Any volunteers? Thank you, Lisa.
Experts now believe that Mrs.
Mrs.
Redwood might have brought the plague back from India.
Yes, and you see believe, yeah. So it's just like what they think. Kind of predicting, yeah. Expressing what is her, sorry, in this case, them, yeah, because their opinion. Okay, cool, thank you. Next one, please. The hotel manager must have conspired with the doctor in some way because both of them deny have seen her mother. Yeah? Maybe
Yeah.
some kind of conspiration there. The hotel manager must have conspired. When you say something like this, it's because you think that that is true. Yes, it's just your opinion. It's just what you think that happened. Like my example with Sylvia. Yeah, she must have been sick last night. Okay, it's just what I think from hints. Natalia, thank you for raising your hand.
Teacher, so really, the hotel staff can have disposed
Disposed
of the body and redecorate the room so
soon. They is a question, yeah. So it's a possibility. Why not? Yes, in this case they are expressing possibilities that have real in the past. Yeah, things like surely the hotel staff can have disposed of the body and decorated the room so soon. Okay. So maybe they hit the woman. I don't know. This is very strange. Sylvia, thank you. Next one. 8.
And for the last one, the British embassy should have investigated Eleanor's story more fully.
Exactly. In this case, that's what we think. Yeah, that's what we think is the right idea. That's what we think that is the correct thing to do. So that's why we use should. Yeah, should have investigated. I'm not sure if the British embassy did it or no. Do you remember the story? Did they do it? Or the case was just like forgotten at close? I don't know. So this is the way we express that we think that this thing, yeah, should happen. The British Embassy should have investigated Eleanor's story more. Cool. What time is it? Okay. Right on time. Look at sentences 1 and 2 in exercise 1. Let's go back quickly, very quickly. The ladies could speak very little French. Eventually, they managed to book 2 of the last rooms available in Paris. And what happened? Match the modals to the descriptions below. A general ability. A general ability. Look at sentence 1.
Cool.
Could. Yeah. Like for example, I don't know, in the case of running away from sharks, is like swimming away. You could swim so fast, yeah, that nothing bad happened to you. Okay. I could speak very good French, that I could understand that person. Okay, good. Next one. What's next one? Something the person was actually able to do.
managed to.
Yeah, managed to. What happens with managed and what's the difference is that managed to refers to a single event. It's not like a general ability like good. Like for example, when I was a little girl, I could ride a bike very well. Okay, those are my abilities, or sorry, were my abilities in the past. Managed to refers to a more specific event, yeah, a single event, and suggests that it was difficult, but at the end, yeah, I got a successful ending. Yeah, like at the end, I was able to do it. Yes, so that's the difference, Do you find any similar word to that one in Spanish? Managed to? A very colloquial one?
Lograr.
Exactly. Yeah, lo logré. Why not? It's just like it was difficult, but maybe at the end, yeah, I succeed. Yeah, so this is the example here. Look, you cannot say like, well, they managed to speak very little French. No, they had that ability. That's just little French. Eventually gives me the idea of something that may happen at some point, eventually, you know. They managed to book 2 of the last rooms available in Paris. So finally they could do it. Do you understand the difference between managed to and could? Is it clear? Yes, I hope so. Now, let's continue to finish now. Look at sentences 3 and 8. Maybe you guys look there. Match the models to the descriptions. Something it was necessary to do. And something that was good idea but didn't happen. Something it was necessary to do. I remember that the woman was very ill. And what did they have to do?
Had.
Had to. Because they had to call the doctor. No options. Yeah. And something that it was a good idea but didn't happen. I have been, you know, saying this for the whole lesson. Like, what is a good idea? What is the right idea about something? Which one?
Should have.
Very good. Should have. Should have. Should have. This is what you use for, how can you say, like, criticize the past behavior. Yes? Or to agree about, yeah, that right thing to do. And that is in sentence 8. The British Embassy should have investigated. Okay. To finish, my dear friends. Something that seems logically certain. When you express your opinion and you think that that's true. And it's logical because of what you've seen. Sorry? Yes, very good. Must have. Must have. In sentence, oh, look at the time. Okay, the hotel manager must have conspired with the doctor in some way. Oh my goodness, that's obvious, because why did they have to say, no, you can hear alone? You know, something strange. So that's obvious in some way. And something that seems logically possible.
Might have.
Yes.
Might have.
More like a prediction. Might have. Good. And something that seems logically impossible.
May have.
No.
No.
Can't have.
Can't have. Yeah. It's like, oh my goodness, no, you can't have that thing with you. I asked you 2 days ago and you said no. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah. So for me, it's impossible. You can't have my keys. I was looking for them and you never say anything. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is it okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, my dear.
Yes,
friends.
teacher.
Thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys have a wonderful project presentation tomorrow, and I will see you at the end of the lesson. Well, I mean, the second block to finish this cycle. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a good night.
Bye, teacher. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks.